we opened the position for application engineers with programming skills. And the Hive student stood out in the application process due to his proactive attitude and programming skills.
A lot of Hivers are career shifters, so they often have a lot of useful skills from their previous careers, professional skills that can be transferred into any context. And that really shows in their way of thinking, like the maturity of thinking. And they might even have a lot of knowledge from another field of business, which is really interesting and also useful as a consultant, because the more you know about different fields, the better.
During the recruitment process, we show that Hive students have very strong technical and very up-to-date skills as well. They are very eager to learn and very motivated and have a positive attitude.
Well, in our experience, it's been so that a lot of the hires are career shifters. So during the application process and during the interviews, it's been interesting to notice how they're communicating, and maybe they're bringing in that background information on previous skills that they gained in other lines of work into their interviews. So that's been very nice to see.
Yes, they are very eager to learn, and they are very actively contributing in the team discussions. By the end of his internship, my teammate was able to lead one of the mid-size story, which was very good, and he even presented to the full company.
Onboarding process of the Hive student was smooth and efficient, thanks to his proactive attitude, eagerness to learn, and quick adaptability. He started working and contributing to the projects from the beginning. He was able to quickly absorb new concepts, adapt to new programming languages, and apply his knowledge to real-world projects. They are fast to learn, self-driven, and require very minimal handheld and support.
Hivers are self-starters. They take initiative, and that is one of the core elements of being successful in an environment like this. As a community-led company, there is nobody to micromanage you or tell you what to do. Instead, you're sort of expected to look at the full picture. What does the community need? What does my client need? And take action based on that. So they have the skills from the school, from the collaborative learning to do that. And also then the ability, the bravery to ask questions when they don't know something and look for the help. So I would say this has been a good environment for a lot of Hivers.
When we hired a Hiver last year as intern, I was very impressed with the level of proactiveness and the attitude, where I knew that we give the materials that are needed and the help that's needed. And if there's anything that's not good enough or anything that is maybe a blocker, then they already would tell me. So I didn't have to worry about watching too closely. So especially career shifters from Hive, to me, have a very good track record. Firstly, if you had a job in the past, even if that job is completely unrelated to programming, many of those skills can be used in any other job. Of course, your abilities to prioritize and schedule, these are all important in programming, and that's probably something you can learn in many other jobs. And also, one thing I've learned from Hive is that it's self-directed, which also means that the students who manage to graduate Hive, I know that they are very proactive people. So for me, I often have quite high expectations, and usually I'm also positively surprised.
As Christian already said, they are very proactive, and I often see them participating in Slack conversations even on such level, but also they have been very active in participating in our podcast that we have for technical podcasts, and just overall very involved in Wolt life and our culture. So it's been very nice to see.
So as a programmer, of course, you are expected to implement technical tasks, but that is definitely not the full picture. It's quite frequent that you run into some issue that you need to talk to others to solve, and maybe even get help from others. And then, of course, also there's things outside of work, like, for example, going to Hive and talking to other students, and maybe going to other communities of people who are interested in taking a similar approach as you. My experience with Hivers has been that they are always very proactive when it comes to this, and I've been very impressed with their attitude and with the soft skills as well, and not just the hard technical skills.
I would recommend hiring a Hiver. They learn very fast, they are very willing to learn, they become a good part of a team, take responsibility, and have a good attitude toward work.
I would also recommend hiring a Hiver. I had a good experience.
I highly recommend other employers to seize the opportunity to recruit Hivers. Hivers have a lot of potential and their knowledge skill is very excellent for all kind of programming tasks.
Do it.
I think Hive is a really nice school, and when I see Hive on the CV, I always know that I can have high expectations. I think any employer who wants to get proactive people to come and join, who might already have experience in other fields, they should definitely try it.
I would say that you are getting someone highly motivated, someone who has a hunger to learn, to develop things. But they are not, Hivers are not afraid of new challenges. But I would say they will also challenge you and your way of thinking. So to any employer, like, be ready for that, embrace that, because they will look at how you do things and they will not be satisfied with this is how it's always been done. They will question things and they will strive to improve things. So be ready to have those conversations and really appreciate that.